Assalamu alaikum all of you. Today we are starting the lecture series on production analysis subject related concept presented by Madam Nusrat. At first, what is technology in economics term? When we say technology in economics, we mean techniques, methods, way of doing things. It doesn't mean innovation. Whatever the technology, it methods of doing things, anyway, any technique. It doesn't consider whether it was using robot, manpower, capital intensive or computer. Technology in economics, any way, any techniques, any methods by which you are producing a goods and services is called technology in economics. The second concept, firm. The second idea, as we know that we are using this word firm, we simply mean a decision making unit regarding their production. We are not very consider it very binding that it a partnership, corporate sector, joint stock company. We don't care about it. Whatever the legal structure is, we only take the firm as a decision making unit. Whoever making decision, we are not worried about it. It's a board of director, it's a manager director, it's a simple a group of persons. So a firm is a sort of artificial existence for us. And how we know it, that what the firm doing it, we only take the firm as a decision making unit. They are producing the production unit, decision making unit, which decide what to produce, how much to produce, these sort of decision which the firm take, and it will also take the decision the how much input it required to produce a certain amount of output. So the firm is decision making unit. The other things also be remembered. Most of the time when we talked about the firm objective may be very different. Most of the objective can be diluted, and you can say value by modification to the profit motives. The objective can be different, but they can be diluted towards the profit maximization, cost minimizations. Both are two sides of the same coin. Whether you are minimize the cost, either you are increasing the profit, whether you are increasing the revenue, ultimately that will leads to increase in profit. Any decision are taken for the cost side or for the revenue side ultimately affect the profit. Firm objective. So the firm objective of the firm may be for the time variant sales maximizations. This can be objective of the firm sale maximization or maximize the shares in the market. The firm objective may be maximize on share or stock in the market. It can go for the strategies, non-price strategies like advertisement, marketing, distributions for us. All these things can be diluted to the profit maximization, because either way, whether it's a technical decision, non-technical decision, whether it's a marketing decision, whether it's a distributional decision, all such decision can be diluted to the profit maximization principle. So whether increasing sale revenue and reduce the cost, better technologies, better efficiency, or producing more in less time through division of labor, or leading the better efficiency of a worker, that also result in ultimately reductions in the cost and increasing the production and producing of the uh, output and productivity of capital. So all these different objectives can be diluted towards the profit maximization. And you can understand that if somebody offering get buy one and get one free, so time offers or any bundles pricing sort of things, ultimately the goal is profit maximization. For the temporary, the surface it look like they tries to selling more, or clearance sales, seasonal sales, whatever the marketing techniques they use. The purpose of the firm, key objective of the firm, which always hold there, that will be profit maximization, that work as in incentive to the firms to produce more. Now the firm either choose the output level. For example, you get an order, you have to produce 100 units of something, and you have to decide how much capital and labor should be used. What will be your demand for labor, and what will be your demand for capital? Or it may be you have the resources, you have the capital and labor, and your output will be a choice variable rather than inputs. In the phase it can be fixed, in the second phase it how much inputs you used, your output will be dependent. Now there are many ways of producing the goods and services. You can have same level of output by using 5 units of capital and 2 units of labor. So this is the techniques, and same output achieved with the 4 unit of labor and 1 unit of capital. So it means that we have to consider the feasible set of choice. So for example, if you have one inputs and your output is the function of input, let's say is x, single input q is equal to f into x. Your x is labor, you are depending upon other remaining the same. You have a set of input by which you can produce, and this is the graph, the area under the curve. So this is your, you can say one things that the boundary of the set is always a function. So when I say that this is the x-axis labors and the y-axis output and productions set including all the points on this graph, and that means this is the whole set, but you are taking the feasible production. All set is feasible, but you are only choose the best output, efficient output, and that will be on the boundary of the set, and boundary of the set is called the function. Thanks for watching and listening this video. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.